Hey guys, I played a game recently that I thought fit really well into the learning how to be shodan level, break through the shodan kind of thing. I thought it'd be worth looking at. So let's. I'm white, standard stuff. He ignores, so lots to do, but I'll just counter. We don't really use this anymore since AI says it's not that great. Okay, for black. His group isn't great, got no base. We can imagine white playing here and black's got this really empty group. Now, part of the problem is this move, the intent is to gain Sente. So let's look at that. We'll just look real basic here. Bottom left, we can't be surrounded. That's the intent. So we pick up a free move. AI says, yeah, I understand, but no, it's not worth it. You should go ahead and sell to your group. Well, this move doesn't settle. So we generally think of contact. Contact settles. We like the contact. Yeah, then we're sharing the corner. White stone on the left isn't great. White's group on the bottom should be having an extension. And when it does, we're left, we can just walk away or pinch or whatever. But here we are left with an awkward group. Perhaps this is the best way. Try to catch that stone, get healthy. But when he plays here, it's this sort of thing. I watch the like 3Qs playing, right? And they're like, oh, I better come out. And every one of these moves, the black group's getting healthier and white's F3 is getting less and less useful. Black is unprepared. White's quite prepared. So you've got to push and cut. There's really no other idea here. Okay. Here, what should black be doing? He's got a group that doesn't have a base, and he's cut. So the idea of fixing, we're great to the outside. Now if white tries to settle, we can clearly start attacking for profit. That's a great idea. So this move helps the group in general and saves the cut specifically, which of course starts activating the A stone. The A stone is now more meaningful. But he plays here. Now, to me, there's a kind of a point of this little review is this guy, how strong was he? It's like 4Q, 3Q, right in there. The difference between this one and A is a big difference. So I like it. I mean, it's kind of like if we could name this thing and all of a sudden the black player's like, oh, now I know. I mean, because why isn't he playing A? There's something missing. Well, you want to get to one done, you need to start identifying these. And it's a simple one, just trying to identify so we can actually take practical steps to use A. But anyway, he doesn't. My two A stones feel a bit bothered. So I love coming out. gives me lots of liberties, gets ready to do the Atari. He captures, which is to 6 stones to get 6 points. That's pretty inefficient. I turn. First thing to notice, I mean, it's obvious as can be, but I'm not cut at A. He can't cut me. That means the B stone is alive, connected. Alive's the wrong word. And I now have strong access to area 1, area 2. Area 3 is becoming far more white than black. It's a very powerful turn. He fixes. We need to see little 1-move readouts. We can see black developing really valuable bottom area. So the thing here, it's not that white stone that can die. That's not the problem. The problem is the black presence versus the white presence. So in other words, I defended this way, which doesn't save the stone. I guess it does save the stone, but maybe I would. I'm just thinking that giving up the stone is not a problem. It's better for us if he tries to take. I'm not trying to bring up one thing or another other than the stone itself is not the issue, but the presence there, which is why I feel comfortable playing a faster, lighter shape. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. Black comes in. You want to be 1 done. What do you want to do? How shall we play this? Well, we could come down to A. We know our B stone's not weak, so we can play away. We can pinch if we want, something like C. And when I watch you guys playing, it's like A, C, whatever. You just go play a move that strikes your fancy, rather than saying that in this position, white is tremendously prepared to take area 1. I mean, he's got so many stones in place, and it can become white very quickly. Let's compare that to black's A area. Well, we're right there. We're in his face with the 1 and 2 stone, 2 and 3 stone. So we're simply more prepared than he is. Something I want us to see. Let's look at this move, which I don't believe is correct. And now let's take off H9. Now I like it. There's a natural line here. Very pleasant line here that all makes sense. But once this is in place, would you really play here now? Not for the left. So the point is that A doesn't really fit with a nice high B wall in place, but this one does. That's coming up where A and B are on the same, near the same line, so we can draw a larger left. And anyway, AI tells us that this A contact move, anytime if white wants the left, is a great move. AI says that pretty consistently. So anyway, I contact. Comes under, I'm happy to take it. He can make me have cuts, or I can make him have cuts, so I take it. And now, if we're wanting to become done, we, as everyone does, realize we're quite cut here, so we're going to be fixing the cut. But how are we going to fix it? That's the question. So let's start with what he did. And notice black has 2 cuts. How many cuts now? 2. He didn't change. He changed something about the position. It just didn't fix the cuts. Yeah, but white can't cut. True, but it's weak. He did not. You can't say he didn't fix. You can't say he didn't strengthen. But it's weak. So you look around for how is it weak. Let's just go through it. You're gonna let me take your corner? No. Okay, then this is Sente, and now it's white's move. So that's the situation. Now, this is the situation we're looking at here. So white to play and make this situation great. I'm just going to repeat that. Here's a situation. Black, you need to realize black seems a little fishy. So white, where do I want a white stone so that now when I have Sente, it's great? So in other words, 2 moves in a row. Well, 1, black passes, really? And 2. That's fantastic. If we could get that in, that would be wonderful. So what do? Play there. Now let's look at some ideas here. Let's say he comes out. You going to give me the corner? No. Tari and out. We got out. He's weak. And by the way, the actual order of moves is here. This says, are you going to give me the corner? No. Well, then your shape is not great, right? Here, black has a Panuki, really strong life. Here, he doesn't. It's a big difference. And then we play a move. Now we could say, well, black kind of has 2 weak groups here. Okay, so there is an order, but I seldom try to use the order. I just try to paint the picture. So I played here. That's the short of it. Okay. He comes down. There's no choice. I have to play my move. He cuts. I'm not entirely against that. I drop down, save my weaker group, and now he's going to fix. If you want to be in that dawn area, you have to think about what's going on. And there's no way around it. These 2 A stones are a target. So using up a liberty is a big deal. Sure, he gets an Atari, but everything's fine. He has 3 liberties. That's dangerous. So let's see this in practice. So he doesn't. He plays here not using up my liberty. Okay, I surround. He makes an exchange and then plays here. Well, what happens if he plays here? Tari, Tari. Well, that wouldn't be the case if he had played here. So playing the weakness correctly, making sure you're taking advantage of what you can, is a world of difference. You watch the strong players play, and things are working out for them amazingly. How'd they do that? By playing This one here. I mean, there's the battle. Use up the liberty. Okay. And we can say that black A is a one-purpose move. Black B is a two-purpose move. You can get that and start getting in the habit of always look for more you can do. Okay, I'm going to fix my stones. How shall I fix my stones? Rather than just fixing your stones. That might sound so simplistic and stupid, but honestly, you guys don't do that. I've watched your games. Oh, I better connect today. Wait. So that's great. Can't you do more? Can't you make it a two-purpose, three-purpose, four-purpose? How much can you get out of this? You are not used to trying to get more out of your move, and it's a big deal to do it. So here, I close it off. He makes the exchanges, and he comes out here, and I just run out. Okay. This black move. I hate saying it, but this is my style. I love this. I'm getting a nice corner incente. And I don't even want to say it's bad, although I believe it is, because I like this, but it's a bad idea. Well, how come? The proverb tells us to play from your weak group. So this black move attacks white, takes a corner, or virtually is big in the corner. It's a wonderful two-purpose move. Let's look at another one. This one attacks white, saves a weak group. Weak groups are more important than points. That's the principle. Go, it sounds funny, is not about points. It's about how you get the points. That brings in efficiency. Just taking points, one purpose move, it's totally slow. Totally slow. Which, by the way, is why a lot of players consider this to be a slow move. It's points, hoping to get more points. Speed says, don't go for points. Finish the corner in one move. Even though it's not your points, you're the first one in the corner, and now the corner's finished. You can hurry off to the next corner. While the other way doesn't finish the corner in one. So that's the big thing about the 4-4, right? Finishes the corner in one move, you get to go to another corner. Okay. Maybe I rambled there. So as I come out, look at his 3 stones. That is a weak group. I come out. I do not want to get cut here, right? If I get cut, I'm in a world of hurt. So nice and strong. Now, I'm going to play from my weak group. You can't cut me because it's a net. And black comes on in. What's black intent here? What is his intent? He's eyeballing my A group, right? Trying to get over there quick, saying you better respond. Well, this is an extremely thick group with the appearance of already having 2 eyes. Very hard to remove these eyes and stop white's escape or more eyes or whatever. So this is trying to attack when there's really no attack. And it really seems to be an afterthought that Black's trying to defend his group. It looks, how can this be defense when it's so thin right next to a white wall? So it's just cockeyed move. So if you're trying to get to the whole dawn deal, then get out of Dodge. Get out. Get out. You're not out yet. Get out. That's the idea. Get your groups to safety. Worry about the other things later. He comes in, and I figure, okay, I got nothing to do. I'm fine everywhere. Let's cut him. Fix. Cut him. Make sure. Okay, can he come through there? I looked. Doesn't seem reasonable, the idea. Did I read out all variations? No. A simple glance, you realize, well, my A group's certainly fine. My B group is certainly fine enough for now. The best he can do is cut. I'll win all battles because it's a thick, wide area. Of course I'll win the battles. Okay. So I have Sente. What's my job now? Right? We're trying to get this dawn mentality. Well, my job is my C group. Only one eye. Tops. I mean, is that an eye up there? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's an eye. Yeah. Okay, it's just a one-eyed group. That bothers me. I don't want a one-eyed group. I want a healthy group. And notice White's C group is surrounded, or I should say behind enemy lines. Right? We can easily draw a line between D and E. I mean, maybe it's obvious. White surrounded. Okay. So I'm going to be defending. I'm just sure you're sitting there going, it's so obvious. Great. Why don't you do it? That's the point of the video, is we want to understand to the point of practical application. You say, I do that. Sorry, I've seen your games, many of your games. You don't do it. You do it sometimes, but it's not the way you look at the board. You're looking at, oh, I want to kill that A group. That's what you're looking at. Oh, I want to surround B. Oh, I better get into the C area as soon as I can. That's what you're thinking. I've seen it countless times. Okay, so my job, help D. Now, there's a few ways of helping. I'm looking at Black's A group, and in his area 1, he plays one move there. He has minimum one eye, if not two. That's a tight little area 1. So the first thing I did was, I'm going to come in. In my opinion, this hurt Black's group significantly, making it very hard for him to go on the aggressive path against me. He agreed. Then I get, now that he's thicker, clearly thicker, I'm going to go back, save my group. There's no way I'm going to do that passively. Since I'm not cut, I'd rather not play here. Now it's his move, and I'm still behind enemy lines. It's just not, it's awfully slow. Here, I'm defending by escaping, okay? Now there's little problems. There are, cuts to that. I'm seeing knights move and then a jump. It just looks weak. So let's get back to this idea. I want to help my A group. Option 1, wide open spaces. Let's walk through. Okay. That's idea 1. Sounds pretty good. Idea 2, his 2 group is behind enemy lines. If I go in direction 1, I'm not getting to the edge of the board. Edge of the board is where life is. That's where your roots are. If I start surrounding 2, I do get to the edge of the board. So I go that way. Now, here we have, might be the last move we look at. It's maybe it's beyond one done. It's just a perspective. It's not fancy moves. It's just a perspective. When white plays here, our thoughts are, I'm attacking A. If you have that thought, you're going to start losing the game because that's not what we're doing. There's always going to be, or there should always be, a primary purpose for your move. And hopefully you're adding a secondary purpose, something you're also doing. So we want to play this white move as defense. If we happen to attack black, great. If we happen to get the corner, if we happen to get the right, that's all wonderful, but we're not going in that direction. So let's try it. Let's have black play this way, and we say, great, I get to live in your area. Uh-oh, our group, as a matter of fact, we're going to play it this way. Our group is really getting a little scary here, right? Because we played a normal looking move, which looked like we're living on the right. And we achieved that goal, but shouldn't be our goal. So what? Maybe how can we defend and use the stone? Probably here. Boom. Let's just, I want to use my stone. If he backs off, I'm not going to play Atari because of the problem. Instead, I'll play it this way, where it's thicker to not get cut. He drops down, great. I still have stuff I can do here later, but one thing at a time. Now that I'm thick, I can get out comfortably in many ways. So just step by step. So just one more. Let's say he played that here. If here, we're not going to go this way. We're going to go in the direction of our health, of our main group. There's lots of ways of doing it. I'm just putting down the most obvious. I don't believe I would play here, but it's the obvious move that says, yes, I'm defending my main group. I'm not trying to take on the right. Okay, that was some rambling. Hopefully it made sense. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I better connect up. Okay, now I'm weak here. I'm ready to sacrifice the right if that's what's needed to maintain my health. Black plays here. I'm thinking about my A group. I'm noticing weaknesses at B and C. I don't like this. My intent was to defend, and I'm weak. So I start here thinking, if he tries to cut, I mean, it's like, sorry, wrong button. Just a second. If he plays something like this, my plan is, I'm thinking about my main group, not the right, even though the right's looking good. I rambled, sorry. So I play here to ensure this connection. That's the point. Responds, done. Nothing you can do now. If he goes this way, Atari, let's assume he plays Ko. Atari, and we're totally connected. So these are all examples of keep your eye on your goal, not on a secondary thing that you forgot about your main goal. Okay. So with that, then I have a free move. Lots of things to do with the free move. The most obvious, tell you what, now he has two weak groups, the one in the center and the one on the right. Okay. But I like to not make, yeah, so 3-3. I love the 3-3. See if there's anything else interesting here. Here I make a mistake. The bottom right Joseki, as we all know, is done here. No more need for a white stone. But if the turn is particularly valuable for black, which in this case, it's a pretty small area. If we don't like this black move, then we'll press again. Or if we particularly like this move, well, there's actually no cut here. So that's our best move, and we didn't do much. So no, I don't want to play here. Time to play away. But I played here. Thank goodness he responded. He did that here. Oh, he did it here. That's right. So now my life's in jeopardy. But now this becomes Sente and makes me live. So I lived in Sente anyway. A little lucky on my part. Time to play on the bottom, right? We're playing some bottom move now. That's the next big area. Where? Just there's no obvious spot. Well, when you don't know where to play your Sente. This two cuts, and he has a weak group on the upper part of it. Hey, I'm looking at the cut. Doesn't work right now, but I sure am looking at it. I'm looking at the where next. Here, no, I don't see any spot. Then I continue on with my Sente. Chase the group. Don't try to kill it. That's what I want to do is knight's moves, try force this around. But that's forcing and getting thin. So instead, just start walking into his huge area. He's got to come out. Just walk in. Sure. He wants to stop me. Start walking in. Walking in. Okay, I'll surround. No, you're not. Okay, it looks a little difficult. I'll just come on in. Okay. He's going to ask me to surround. Now, notice I have a strong group now, strong connection. So I don't care if he plays this move. He can't cut me because I made the tiger's mouth. He gets surrounded. And then the last thing is here, I might be able to kill him. But getting two moves away is really big. Now, I've just won the game one way or another, so it doesn't matter. But in normal games, his group that's dying isn't all that big. And his bottom area is quite large. So I just kept coming in. Invade his bottom area, threaten the new group. He tries to live, and I get my stone alive. It's connected one way or the other. So I simply transferred the attack down here, which is quite large, and then we do some footwork, and I just win the race, and he has to resign. So hopefully this game, we got to see some clear concepts of if we're trying to show a 10Q, 5Q game, then we'd be looking at weak groups. Just small steps, get your group strong. attack him, not too much. We'll deal with basics. But here, it's like, well, here's what's going on, and focusing more in the dawn area. Hopefully it made some sense. Okay, I'll stop there. Thanks, everybody. Catch you later.